In a world filled with noise, sometimes all I need is a moment of quiet to let my thoughts unravel and my feelings find their place. Do I have your permission to share my thoughts, even the ones I haven't fully understood yet? I promise to be gentle with them. Sometimes all I seek is the freedom to express what's inside without fear of judgment or rejection. To share my feelings is a quiet act of trust. Our thoughts and feeling are like scattered pieces of a puzzle. It takes patience to find the pieces that fit and to understand their true meaning. To speak the truth of my heart, I ask only for permission to let my vulnerability flow. The world may not always be kind, but it is my truth to share. Do I have the permission to let my feeling be the rhythm that guides me? To feel what I feel and let the moment be what it will. In the quiet spaces of my mind, my thoughts sometimes take on a life of their own. Do I have your permission to share what they have to say? The permission I seek is not to speak without thought, but to speak with the courage to face what lies within me. Feelings are fragile, like soft winds that pass through the trees. When I share them, I ask only for understanding and the freedom to express myself fully. Do I have your permission to express my heart? I have so much to say, but I only want to be heard with kindness. Sometimes, just knowing that someone will listen without judgment is enough to turn the chaos of my thoughts into a gentle flow of clarity. Thoughts are like waves in an ocean, each one carrying its own message. Do I have permission to let them crash gently upon the shore? The permission to be open with my feelings is a gift, one I don't take lightly, for it allows me to become the truest version of myself. I find strength in allowing my thoughts and feelings to breathe freely, unburdened by fear and open to the world around me. The heart speaks in whispers. Do I have permission to let my whispers be heard, so my truth may shine through the silence? Every thought is a piece of me, and every feeling is a part of the story I carry. Do I have your permission to share that story? The permission I seek is not just to speak, but to be heard, to give voice to the thoughts that are sometimes too loud to ignore. Sometimes it's the quietest thoughts that carry the most weight. Do I have permission to let them be heard? In the space where thoughts and feelings collide, I often wonder, do I have permission to be myself without explanation? Feelings are fragile and precious, and when shared with someone who understands, they have the power to heal. Sometimes our thoughts are not just thoughts. They are pieces of our soul, waiting for permission to be shared with the world. My heart is an open book, but it asks for permission to be read. Will you let it share its story with you? Feelings don't always need to make sense. They simply need to be felt. Do I have permission to feel them without apology? The power of my thoughts lies not in how they are spoken, but in how they are received. Do I have your permission to be vulnerable? There are times when silence speaks louder than words, but sometimes I need the permission to speak my truth out loud. Do I have permission to let go of the walls I've built, to let my thoughts and feelings flow freely like a river without a dam? My thoughts and feelings are the whispers of my soul, and I ask for permission to let them be heard, even if they don't make sense. What if we gave ourselves permission to feel everything without shame, without doubt? Our feelings are what make us human. Do I have permission to speak the language of my heart? Sometimes the most powerful words are the ones spoken from the soul. Every thought, every feeling is a chance to understand myself more deeply. Do I have permission to explore those parts of me? In the moment of true connection, there is no need to ask for permission. Our thoughts and feelings are already shared in understanding. I seek not permission to be heard, but simply to be seen as I am, thoughts, feelings, and all. Do I have the permission to be present with my feelings, to honor them as they come without rushing to fix or change them? I've learned that when we give ourselves permission to be vulnerable, we allow others to do the same. And that's where true connection begins. Feelings, when expressed openly, become a bridge between souls. Do I have your permission to build that bridge with my words? Every thought is a tiny spark, and every feeling is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Do I have permission to let that fire light up the world? Do I have permission to release my thoughts without fear of rejection, to share my feelings without seeking validation? To speak from the heart is to invite understanding, to seek connection. Do I have permission to invite you into my world?